3 years have passed since Captain Jerry Boylan jumped overboard from the Conception dive boat as it was swallowed by flames that killed 34 people on board off the Channel Islands. Federal prosecutors say flames engulfed the middle deck and went undetected for several minutes because Boylan did not operate a required roving watch. They claimed he saved himself rather than attempting to save the 33 passengers and one crew member who were still alive in the ship's bunkroom below deck. But criminal prosecution of the worst maritime disaster in modern California history has taken an unexpected turn. U.S. District Judge George Wu said Thursday he would dismiss Boylan's indictment as defective because prosecutors used negligence instead of gross negligence in their presentation to the grand jury. Federal prosecutors vow to appeal, but families of the Conception victims are expressing outrage over the drawn-out process in the manslaughter case. "It is like reliving that day over and over," said Kathleen McIlvain, whose son, Charles McIIvain, a 44-year-old visual effects designer, was among T. "We are all in disbelief. McIIvain and other families listened into a hearing via Zoom in Boylan's case before making their way early Friday to the memorial placard at the Santa Barbara seawall or, in some cases, diving in the spot the Conception sank off Santa Cruz Island. Assistant U.S. Attorney Mark Williams told Wu in that hearing that if he required gross negligence and made that final ruling, the government would immediately appeal to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. The judge's final decision on Friday to dismiss the indictment without prejudice means federal prosecutors can refile the case, but they will need to show gross negligence, a much harder standard to convict the captain. The United States Attorney's Office will seek authorization from the Justice Sept. Negligence amounts to careless mistakes or breaches of duty. In contrast, gross negligence requires that a prosecutor show a deliberate and reckless disregard for the safety or lives of others, and it must be wanton and willful. Your Honor, it would be unprecedented in the 200-year history of the statute if anything other than ordinary negligence standard law. He noted that seaman's manslaughter is not the actual statute title, which is misconduct of ship's officers, and that the whole point of the law is on the sea's captains are responsible for everyone's life on board. Historically, legal experts say seaman's manslaughter, unlike common law manslaughter, which requires a mental state of gross negligence, only requires simple negligence, an omission in violation of a standard of care. It has long been the lower standard of proof for a fatal case in the federal system.